Imagine making 300 million in your career and then losing every single dollar. Now, if you're a boxing fan, you probably know this was Mike Tyson in the 90s. It probably sounds impossible, but it happens all the time. Lottery winners, athletes, celebrities, they make fortunes and end up broke. But how exactly? And more importantly, could this happen to you? Because here's the harsh reality. Most people, no matter how much they earn, are trapped in a system that keeps them broke. It's called the money trap. And today I'm going to split this video into 3 parts to show you exactly why so many people fall into it, and importantly, how you can escape it. Part 1, the illusion of wealth. First, we need to talk about a huge misconception, the illusion of wealth. Before we get into it, I want to take you back to 2012 when I felt like I'd won the lottery, because I'd went back to college in 2010 to progress my career, and just 2 years later, I got to the point where my income doubled. What I should have done was to keep our expenses exactly where they were, but unfortunately, lifestyle creep kicked in. We bought the bigger house, went on more holidays. We did save some money, but we definitely spent too much money. And if I'm being honest, my new income went to my head. Most people, when you look into it, think being rich means looking rich. But some of the wealthiest people in the world don't flaunt the money at all. Like Warren Buffett, for example. You might have already guessed, but many people who look rich are normally drowning in debt. And it's probably because they're buying the latest Range Rover to keep up with the Joneses. Or they might be trying to keep up with highlight reels that you see over on Instagram. You could earn £1 million tomorrow or win the lottery, but if you don't understand how to manage it, you'll still end up broke. Money management might sound a little bit boring, but it's so important. From my extensive research of my 24 years experience as an investor, understanding money is far more important than just making it. So let's break it down further to make sure you don't fall into this trap. Part 2, the consumption trap. Let's be honest, most people don't have a money making problem, they have a money spending problem. I've seen it time and time again, working with hundreds, if not thousands of contractors over the last 25 years. I've seen too many blokes, good blokes, get to 60 odd and realise they've spent far too much. They probably have to work another 10 years at least. Let me know in the comments, yes or no, would you like to work until you're 70 years old? Don't even get me started on how much the ladies spend. Let's just say my 3 ladies love to spend. The moment people start making more, they start spending more. Psychologists call this lifestyle inflation. Your income goes up, so does your spending. Before you know it, you're still living paycheck to paycheck or month to month, just in a nicer car with more stuff you probably don't even need. And it's not just random spending, it's social pressure. Have you ever seen someone buy a car just because the friend got a nicer one? It's called keeping up with the Joneses, as I've already touched on, and it's ruining people's finances. You must know one of your mates who spends £1,000 a month on a car but struggles with his or her finances, and social media, in my humble opinion, has made it 10x worse. Now, instead of keeping up with just your neighbours, you're keeping up with the entire world on social media. You see a 22-year-old in a Ferrari and suddenly your life doesn't feel good enough anymore. Please don't compare yourself to others on social media. Now, I'm not sure where this quote comes from, but comparison is definitely the thief of joy. This is exactly how people end up trapped. They make more, they spend more. They finance the lifestyle with credit cards and suddenly can't stop working because they're drowning in debt. Loads of people I know are living month to month, and many of them are earning well over £100,000 a year. This was me, if I'm being honest, before 2018, before I took the time to educate myself and get some much needed financial literacy. What most people do, get stuff they don't really need. That consumption trap I'm talking about is get expensive loans and credit cards without knowing about or understanding interest rates. By the way, if you want to learn everything you need to know about money and investing, type yes below and you get free access to my investing courses over on School. You might like to spend too much and you're in the YOLO camp. Now, if that's you, we both know this video isn't for you. But if you're still with me, we are going to get to the good stuff as we look to find a way out of this money trap. But first, I just want to say that nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. Part 3, the escape plan. How to get out. Step 1, awareness. Track every pound. The first step to escaping the money trap is knowing exactly where your money is going. For 1 month, track every expense. Even that £3 coffee at Starbucks. Sorry, £4 coffee. Now inflation has kicked in a little bit more. I'm talking to myself here, by the way, because my wife tells me I've got a little Starbucks addiction, and she's probably right. You'll be shocked at how much you're actually wasting when you look into it on things you don't even care about. Most people think they're pretty good with money till they see the actual numbers. You might think you're only spending £100 a month on takeaways, but what about the meals out you forgot to add up? So we're talking probably £500 a month that could be saved. I've been caught out far too much, if I'm being honest. That's why I try to check my bank statements, my bank account a couple of times a month. Now, I'm not saying getting rid of everything to get rid of everything, just to have a good look at your expenses and see if you can make the cuts. What we're about to move on to. Now, this is an investing channel, and because of the hundreds of money books, investing books I've read over the last 6 years, because of my investing experience, I know how important investing is. And you're talking about comfortable retirement, looking after your family, your loved ones, or early retirement, even early financial freedom. Having that time freedom most of us are busting for. The thing is, if you don't take note of what I'm saying in this video, you can forget about getting out of the money trap, and you can forget about investing for a better future for you and the people you love. Step 2, live below your means. Create a budget that actually works. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about control. It might sound boring, I know, but it's important, so stick with it. Set a monthly spending plan and stick to it. Decide in advance where your money actually goes, instead of wondering where it went. Living below your means isn't about being cheap, it's about freedom. The less you need to spend, the more control you have over your life. An example is to start with what you need to spend, so that's your needs. So things like mortgage, energy bills, water, food, etc. Now, before we move on to wants, we have to go into food in a bit more detail. It has over the last few years become our biggest expense, and I'm sure it's the same for millions of people, millions of others. The shopping bill in our house had crept up to about £1,400 a month, and it's partly our fault. We fell back into the routine of going to Tesco or Asda instead of Aldi or Lidl. In recent months, we've really focused on getting that shopping bill down, and it's currently at around £1,000 a month. Okay, now we move on to the wants. So let's say you like a few drinks on a weekend. Now, instead of 4 nights out a month, you could reduce it to 2 nights a month and save yourself about £200 a month, another saving. Long story short, create a budget that works for you and stick to it. Step 3, increase your production. Earn more the right way. Cutting expenses helps, but if you really want to escape the money trap, you need to make more money. And no, I don't mean you necessarily need that second job. The key is learning how to produce value, not just trade your time for money. If you like your career, you could do some courses, invest in yourself and get that promotion. It worked for me back in 2012, as I've touched on earlier. I went back to college in 2010 to get some more engineering qualifications, and luckily 2 years later my income doubled. I'm living proof that if you want to earn more, possible. Wealthy people don't just work harder, they work smarter. They create things that make money for them, even when they're not working, when they sleep. And this is what I want for me and you. If you can create value at large scale, you can increase your income at a large scale. The way to do this is to start a business. But what business? Well, that's a question you'll have to answer yourself. If you want loads of ideas, look at Simon Squibb on TikTok and YouTube. His content is awesome, and he's a millionaire businessman helping as many people as possible to chase their dream. Now, this is an investing channel, so that's what I'm going to finish off with. Spend less than you earn and invest the rest, or make more money and invest. Ideally, you could potentially spend less than you do now and try and make more money and then invest. This video has been all about money management, and I'll be coming back to it later in the year. It's important. Most of my videos over the last few months have been all about crypto investing. Let's just say you invested £10,000 back in 2023 in crypto, and at some point in 2025 you take profits and you end up with £100,000. It's possible. This is awesome. But if you're bad at money management, lifestyle creep is likely to kick in, and potentially you'll be back living month to month. By the way, if you want to learn how to take profits in crypto this year, see below for a recently published video. Summary. Here's the real question. Do you want to keep running on the financial hamster wheel, or do you want to take back control of your money and build real wealth? The rat race isn't about working 9 to 5. It's about living so close to the edge that not getting 1 month's pay or losing your job could send you into financial ruin. It's time to take back control. Track your spending, cut what you really don't need, invest in what does, and most importantly, produce value, not just labour. Wealth is built by those who master money, not those who chase it. I believe that if you educate yourself, if you become financially literate, you'll become wealthy and you will get that all important time freedom. If this video opened your eyes a little bit, hit the like button as it will help more people escape the money trap, the rat race. Subscribe for more content like this, all the good stuff, and thanks for watching.